Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, thanks for confirming again. Okay, we will start the session with RPA. We are here to know about RPA and how many types of tools available in the market, and what are the types of robotic process automations. What is the difference between RPA and RDA, and what are the benefits with the RPA? What are the disadvantages of the RPA? And why enterprises wants this RPA into their business. All these things, how the environment will be there, and what are the prerequisites for this tool to learn, and everything we'll discuss. Like at the end of the session, I will ask any one of you to share this information about queries that you have or want to know more about the RPA. We will see that at the end of the session. Okay. Okay. There are two different kinds of RPAs here. One is RPA and another one is RDA. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation, and whereas RDA stands for Robotic Desktop Automation. What is the difference between these two, RPA and RDA? Actually, first this RPA tool came into the market from different business. We have different kinds of RPA, as I said. Most popular RPA tools are UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Cofex, and Blue Prism, Pega Robotics. These are all available tools in the market. Uh, and also this coming to Pega Robotics, we call it as Pega Robotics, this tool name. And initially it was called OpenSpan. OpenSpan is the company where it has defined this tool, and it has released it with their name. Initially, they have started this tool, and later on, Pega acquired this OpenSpan, and they have started with the name Pega Robotics. So by using this Pega Robotics tool, what all we can do, we are going to see now. And what is the main difference between RPA and RDA is RPA, where there is no assistance required, which means we can automate end to end. And whereas RDA means we need certain situations like humans intervention in terms of decision making, and in terms of triggering when it comes to ad hoc process in the sense like whenever they want to run this, and whenever they want to put a decision on it, and whereas there is a need of input providing while processing, that kinds of processes comes into RDA. First, this RPA is defined for transforming the business process into automating. Why we are all doing automating of any processes? To reduce human efforts, where there is a need of automating the process to increase more productivity or efficiency. These kind of things come into picture, then anyone thinks of automating the process. So in the same way, whatever business the process they are doing in terms of interacting with the applications, doing the regular process by doing repetitive tasks, and to avoid such things we they want this automate this want they want this to be automated. So we're going to see what is the process robotic process automation. So the term itself, it says robotics, where why we all use robotics to automate something. And the process means like whatever the process, there are different domains, banking, like insurance, and HR things finance related, anything comes into the process, and that we just want to automate it. So we call this one as robotic automation process tools. And whereas we have some tools available in the market, as I said, Pega Robotics is one of the tool. And we'll come to know why we need this tool for suitable for such processes. We'll come to see that. Okay. we are calling it as bots. Why we calling it as bots? It's not a human bot physically exist, but whereas whatever the software programs that we are defining to automate certain processes is a set of programs which is automating certain steps. The task that we are doing, we are doing it automation by using the programs. The entire thing we used to call it as process or bot. Okay, you understand like what why we are calling it as bot now. It's not a physical bot, and it's always do a mimic of the human, like human mimics it will do, which means it will not do like as human as did physically, but whatever the process human is doing, and it will try to automate the process, but define on rule based programs, rule driven program, which means whatever the rules we are setting to that process to perform step 1 to step 10, it will follow the same step. It will not take initiative to perform any such new step or new thing until unless if we are defined the bot to perform on it. Okay. Now we have discussed the leading RPA tools, right? You have Path, Pega Robotics, and Blue Prism, and Cofex. There are many tools are there, but these are, I mean, leading tools in the market. Why we'll see now why enterprise wants this RPA tool to be automated in their business day-to-day activities. Why enterprise wants this RPA tool in their business? Because every business wants to grow in terms of giving more productivity or getting more profits from their productivity. And why this tool, I mean, business wants it? Because whichever the day-to-day activities they are doing, it might be a repetitive tasks. Okay, repetitive task in the sense, suppose if you take an example of call center, the to for each end user they will do the same process, opening application, getting information, or updating some information, service they are providing, the same kind of activities they are doing for each users end users, right? So that's repetitive tasks can be automated. So with that, like there is no need of human intervention in that, and also there is the same kind of steps they are doing it for all end users, right? Such activities business wants to automate, so that this RPA tools came into picture to perform such automations of those activities. Okay, for here we don't need to re-engineer the applications, whatever the existing applications they are using, we are not touching their existing applications I mean changes anything. Whatever the existing applications they are having it, we are simply uh, I mean automating the process. We are not changing any of their processes. Okay, and we will see why RPA is suitable, where is RPA is suitable, and why this can be adopted, and all those things we can see. We have discussed just now where these RPA tools are more suitable. Okay, first thing is where there is a repetitive task, there we can implement this RPA tool. And second one is where there is a complex process, such as more steps involved, more applications involved to perform such actions. There, where it is taking more time. In such processes, we'll implement this RPA so that it will process very fast, and as well as it will gives accurate results. Okay, and we can say we can use this RPA tools in complex processes as well. And we can say, as we discussed, one more thing, like where there is a time consuming process, there also we can automate this. In many other places we can automate this, but these are the few where we can say it is RPA is more suitable in terms of implementing this tool. Okay, and we'll see what this RPA tool can be done. With this RPA, like we can integrate user interfaces of their applications, such as like Windows applications we can integrate, web applications we can integrate, Citrix applications we can integrate, SAP applications we can integrate, database, and legacy applications like mainframe. All these things we can integrate. I'll note it down. Integrate user interface of applications such as Windows, web, Citrix, SAP, database, legacy applications like mainframe. Yeah, huge wide variety of applications that we cannot integrate. Mostly in business they use all these kinds of applications, right? So all these applications we can integrate, and not only these regular applications, like also we can integrate, like automate the process of Excel activities, Outlook activities, Word activities, PDF related activities, like all these we can extract the data, or we can write the data on it, and we can create documents by using this tool. So regularly in all processes we used to interact a lot with Excel for performing Excel operations, and Outlook for sending mails or receiving mails, I mean reading the mail content, reading the attachments, all these things we can do, right? So all these things we can automate by using connectors which are available in the tool. Okay, and we can also run the batch files, macros, all these things we can call from this tool. Run macros, batch files, all these things we can do. And also this tool can facilitate us like to write our own scripts, like, which means every tool is not like fulfills our end user requirement 100%. Like they'll provide certain universally using components, but whereas they'll facilitate to write our own components, which means we can write our own scripts in terms of any programming language. Here the programming language which facilitates us to write in C sharp.net. Okay, us writing our own script. And also it will allows writing our own scripts, and also like it will allows using the existing one in terms of DLLs. Whereas if anyone comes from programming background,
హలో
like
చిన్న మీటింగ్ ఉంది
hello.
చిన్న మీటింగ్ ఉంది జాయిన్ అయ్యాను ఫోన్ నేను
Sure.
యశ్వంత్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను
Can someone be on mute? Okay, thank you. Like DLLs, we heard of DLLs, right? I mean, who is having a background of scripting, they'll be aware, heard of these DLLs, dynamic link libraries, which means existing modules which are already defined that can be used anywhere. Dynamically, we can link those and we can use the existing modules. So this facilitates us to adding a reference of existing DLLs and using the components available in it. So we can automate those also. We can write our own DLLs and we can add existing DLLs. Like the main thing here is like reusability. Reusability of automation solutions, projects. So we'll come to know this terminology like automation solution and project in coming sessions. Whereas we can develop a new one, as well as we can automate the, I mean, use the existing one in the current solution or project, whatever it is. Okay, which gives a lot of I mean advantage for us not to redevelop the whole thing. So this is one of the main feature where any programming tool that can facilitate. Okay, and here why, even though we are having like .NET or Java, such programming tools to develop, why we are looking for this RPA tool, whereas like it's easy for development in terms of drag and drop. So I cannot say 100% we can do drag and drop, whereas to fulfill certain requirements we need to write our own script that needs a little background of programming language. Without knowing the programming language also, we can develop certain processes from end to end only by doing just dragging and dropping it. But to develop end to end for any kind of solutions or projects, we might need little programming background. Okay, as I said, easy development, mostly dragging and dropping. And once again, like what are the existing process, in certain scenarios we need to standardize those processes. Standardization in the means, if it is an unstructured format earlier, so we can structure that format. We can tell the end user what bot are expecting. So whatever the unstructured format they are following as a usual flow, like we will suggest them to structurize it, and we will standardize the process. So how the flow as is earlier, and how the proposing flow, we will define all those things. But we will say like what this RPA tool can be done, where all it can be done. Like we will discuss those points and we will define each point later one by one. What business wants from any processes, what the I mean higher level management expects, what the production they are getting it, like uh, they just want to see the insights of the business and analytics, like how much volume they are processing per week or per day or per month. Like they just want this analytics. Based on those only, they can invest more on this. They can take the decisions, right? So it provides insights to business, shows analytics for decision making, decision making management, right? And like whenever we are dealing with the end user, if we are taking more time, they might be get frustrated, or they just want to change the service. So in such cases, the business lose their end users, so that it will impact in the business. To avoid such things, and by implementing these tools, by automating the processes, we can improve the services to the end user. So we can say that is one of the uh, point that we can do by using this RPA tool. Yeah. Uh, these are the few what this RPA does in the real time. Okay. Like, and we come to know and basic information about this RPA and what it is, and we are going to see what is not required while using this RPA tool. Okay. As we discussed in the beginning of the session, uh, whatever the process we are doing automating, we are not developing their applications. We are just automating their manual process. Whatever they are doing manually, we are just automating the process, which means we are not re-engineering their applications. It may be Windows or web applications, whatever it is. We are not re-engineering the applications. Yeah. Re-engineering applications. And the second one is like human interventions. As we discussed, in RPA, there is no human intervention, whereas it comes to RDA, there is a need of human intervention in terms of decision making or providing any inputs. Okay, so no human interventions, we can say, for RPA tools. No assist, we can say RPA no assist. Assist. Okay. You can have it out of like no intervention, means whatever the inputs that we have to give, like we can store it in particular place, and we can ask the solution or bot to take the data from that particular Excel file or any notepad file, or to read any data from the application. All these things we can automate this process by using these tools. So in such scenarios, there is no need of human intervention. From end to end, if we are doing automating of process, then we can develop such processes in RPA, and where there is a decision making, ad hoc process, like such things we can develop under RDA. The development of both RPA and RDA is mostly same, whereas some configuration changes, and whereas in RDA we mainly provide one user interface such as window forms, so that user can interact to that and provide some inputs to the bot. Okay. And closely monitoring. Closely monitoring is not required. Why I say closely monitoring is not required? Because if you, I mean, if you are doing any processes, the human he always put focus on what tax actually it is doing, and what they are launching any applications, and they will do close monitor of that process flow. But whereas whenever we are developing this solution, we will give this solution as a executable format, and we will give it in a runtime, so that those runtimes can be installed in VMs, virtual machines, where there is no need of opening that virtual machines and see whether the process is running or not. So, like, there is no need of human monitoring once we have defined the process. Whatever the steps we asked and we have developed in the process flow, the all processes, like all steps can be performed automatically, and we can see at the end like output once we have started the bot. If whether we need to perform any mechanism to view, like to see the bot is running or not, the solution is performing the steps as expected, we can develop some logs, like such as custom logs or server logs we can develop, so that whenever bot is performing such actions, it will update the status of process in particular log files. So we can retrieve those log files from the shared location, and we can see what step actually it is doing, and whether the bot is performing correctly or not. So such actions we can do, like where because of that we are saying here close monitoring is not required. Okay, we'll come to other section, like what are the benefits of this RPA. Like, there are a lot of benefits by using this RPA. Like, first one is fast processing. We always agree that robots are doing much faster than humans. Whatever we are doing, bots will be doing much better and faster, because it is rule based driven. Whatever the steps we have defined to perform, it will focus on those steps and it will perform the actions. So calculating and any processing. So any enterprise just wants fast processing so that they'll increase their productivity. So in such cases, every enterprise wants to automate the process. So we can say this is the one of the benefit for fast processing, and we are always said like improves productivity, right? Improves productivity in the sense like if a person is doing work for 8 hours, he can do like certain steps. Let's say he is doing for 8 hours, he's attending calls for I mean end users, he's receiving the calls from 20 persons, let's say, suppose, like he is doing such work. But when we are implementing bot in that same place, like there is a chance of like attending more calls, which means human may takes opening the application and extracting the information from the different sources. He is taking some time to reading all those data. But whereas if we implement the, I mean, automating the process of reading or writing something into the applications, bot will do in real time. We can say whatever the automating process, right? In banks we can say initially uh, we have to stand in a queue to withdraw money or deposit money, right? Now we have CDM machines or like ATMs, like we can withdraw or deposit without any intervention of agents, right? In the same way, if we are seeing any I mean booking any ticket in the Tatkal, like if you're seeing it, where yeah, for filling the data itself it will take time. There is a app called Maki. Initially, I remember where that app gives us like facilitates to enter the details in prior when the time triggers, right? The time schedule time starts. It will automatically extract that all information from that pre-filled form. It will extract and it will put it in the application, so that when we are entering the details, it might take 3 minutes something, but whereas extracting and updating the information by bot, it hardly takes 30 seconds. So there is a time, much time difference, and within 3 minutes bot can do the same actions what 5 persons or 6 persons are doing the same kind of work, that bot can do within a short span of time. So we can say productivity, it can be increased by implementing such RPA tools, okay, and efficiency. So whenever we are seeing this one, uh, if we are saying fast processing, it doesn't mean like it is performing some wrong steps, or it is not giving accurate results. It provides efficient and accurate results. Whatever the rules we have defined while developing, it will follow accurately those rules, and it will give accurate results. So automatically efficiency will increase with this, okay. So we can say these are the benefits, few benefits for those. And we can say like avoid human errors. This is one of the most benefits. To avoid such human errors, we have seen no human intervention. Where there is a no human intervention, there is a less chance of or no chance of human errors, because we are automating end to end. So the decision making alone, we are defining such processes into RDA. When it comes to RPA, whatever the rules we have defined, it will follow, and there will be no chance for errors. Which means if suppose if there are 10 fields in one application, we are extracting 10 fields data, and we are updating into second applications in some other fields. There is a chance of human not intentionally, but there is a chance of putting some data from one place to other place, which is not in a correct place in that form. So there is a chance of that making errors. But whereas whatever the bot we are defining, it follows the same rules while defining it, like while processing it, it will avoid all human errors. So we can say no human errors. And the other benefit for this is automates almost all applications. There is no limit for that. All applications, like all processes, banking sectors or insurance sectors, as I said, all processes it will automate. All applications it will automate. As we said, integrating all these applications, right? So it's one of the benefit. And we can say other benefits like scalability and flexibility. Scalable in the sense suppose there is a volume of performing or completing the task for 10 records. So it will take as considering a human, he is doing that processing those 10 records, he's taking 8 hours of work. Whereas if there is a huge volume of records he has to process, when it comes to 50 or 100, when it comes to, again the person has to do, one person has to do the same work, he'll take a lot of time. So it will gives I mean to perform complete all those things, he'll take more number of days. But whereas if we develop this solution and if we deploy multiple machines, when there is a huge number of volumes to process, we will increase the number of bots, which means we will deploy this solution in multiple bots, so all bots will perform the same action, and it will complete the process within less time when compared to human. And where there is a no work at all, we don't need to run the solution. So whenever there is a huge volume, we can increase the number of bots, and whenever there is no volume, we can decrease the number of bots. So this scalability we can do it. Okay, this is one of the most benefit using this RPA tool. And as we said, like uh, we can I mean enterprise can benefit mostly in the areas where resource cost is they can reduce it almost. Like why they are implementing this RPA tools to work their regular process, because they if company wants to perform such actions from the employee, they have to hire that resource, and they have to train that resource, and they have to I mean provide all benefits to those resources who are doing the actual work. But whereas if they are investing such things on this technology, let's say RPA, there is investment cost is high, but whereas the maintenance cost is less, and they don't need to provide any more benefits. What are all they are giving to the employee, so they can replace I mean employees such processes like repetitive tasks and complex tasks, time consuming process tasks, all these things they can replace with these bots, so that they can get a great return of ROI. Okay, we can say resource cost can be reduced. Initial cost is high, maintenance cost is less, development development costs. So company initially they have to invest on these areas. Like initial cost is high in the sense like purchasing the license of this product, and for development they need to hire some resources for this development, and maintain such developed bots. So companies will invest in these places, and companies will benefit on other areas. So only one time investment mostly, and so that they can get a great return of ROI. Okay, and as I said, scheduling we can do, like weekly ones, or daily ones, or monthly ones, or running in weekdays, or running in weekends, or whatever the time. Like if you want to run daily once or twice or thrice, or how many times if you want to run the bot, we can schedule it, and we can put those rules in terms of scheduling. Okay, and also uh, enhancements we can do. When it comes to maintenance, if certain bots needs to enhance the activity, the task that is doing currently, so in certain tasks we will enhance the existing flow. So enhancements we can do for the existments. Okay. And, we always get the support from the product team. When we are using this tool, we might face some issues or we can stuck in some places. For those, we always connect with the product team, and they will support on enhancing their features also. Okay. So these are the some of the benefits we can say. And every tool we are using, there are some benefits and some disadvantages as well. So we'll see few disadvantages of using this tool. One of the most uh, I mean disadvantages of using this tool is rule based driven automations, which means whatever the rule we have set, the bot will perform the same rule. It will not take any a step based on certain intelligence. So there is a drawback initially, but nowadays the technology integrating artificial intelligence to take certain actions by its own, to learning like a machine learning concepts, integrating all those things we are seeing in as a new features in coming days. Okay. So this can be overcome by integrating those AI and machine learning concepts. But for now, this is one of the disadvantage. Where whatever the rules it is defined, it blindly follows the same rule. If any rule got changed, it will fail and it will not give accurate output what end user is expecting. Okay. Sorry. And whatever the applications we are automating, if there is a change in the application in terms of the text box name got changed, the user interface got changed in the application, in such scenarios uh, this will fails. Okay. And if process changes also, bot will fail. Until it is static data and static information we are processing, it will give the expected results. If there is any change in any of this environment or process, then it will not give accurate results, because we are not re-engineering applications, we are using their existing application, we are defining the rules while developing. So this is one of the disadvantage. And uh, like uh, upgrading upgrading tool, whenever there is uh, a new feature coming up, which means the earlier existing product, it is having such backlogs, like it is performing not performing such certain actions, they'll keep on adding those flows uh, to perform such actions. So whenever they are upgrading the software, we need to adopt that software, so that whatever the environment we are working on will give more chance to automate. So always we need to upgrade the tool. Okay, currently we are having different versions. Latest version from product team, they have given 22.1, but whereas earlier we are having it as 19.1 version, 8 version, workflows like these ones. Mostly in the existing most of the companies using 19.1 version only. Okay, there is a lot of user interface or environment change in comparing to 19 and 22 versions. So now we are ongoing sessions, we are working on 19.1 version. Okay, and feasibility, we can say this is one of the disadvantage, where certain applications are not cannot be automated. Like implementing, if we see which applications having like OCR or unstructured format or handwritten PDF, those things we cannot automate, because that is we can say handwritten data by human. Like one person can write in one format, another person can write in another format. So such handwritten data like can't be automated. If OCR implementing OCR also, uh, like uh, we can automate those by using the latest features, by using ABI or some other newly added features, but it is not 100% accurate. There is a I mean, this we can say one of the disadvantage, where there is a not having any chance of doing automating such applications. Okay, so we can say that it is not feasible. And also, maintenance cost, we can say maintenance cost, as we can say, once they purchase the license, and for maintaining their I mean, renewing the license of that product. So this as a disadvantage, because business wants to, I mean, uh, spend more amount for this maintenance cost also. We have seen that this one is maintenance cost is less, but again we are saying this maintenance cost as a disadvantage, because it's a less, even though it is less, but it's a continuous one. When we are deploying such solutions, end users cannot use by their own. If they're having any issues, they have to raise a concerns, and they have to approach the development team. So this is a ongoing process. They have to invest on this till whenever business wants to use this product. And coming to environments, for this tool, we have two environments. One is like a development environment, and another one is runtime environment. In development environment, we are using like IDEs such as Microsoft Visual Studio for developing. On top of it, we'll add the plugin of this Pega Robotics with a version. We will develop using in such IDEs, and whereas in runtime we have runtime applications. So this is the environment, where dev environment is there, pre-prod environment is there, UAT environment is there, and obviously we'll be having production environment. All these environments we'll going to see in coming sessions, and we'll discuss the contents, what we are going to learn in this RPA, like in the tomorrow sessions. And I'll ask anyone having any doubts on it. Please let me know. We are open for it now. Or you can, type in the chat so that I can answer those.
Hi. How can you differentiate between RPA and RDA? Can you give me any example for RDA?
Okay, like as I said, RPA, it is end-to-end process automation where there is no human intervention at all. Such as like if you are taking inputs from a shared place where we have already defined the data there, bot will go to that particular shared data and it will read it. On decision making, it will not do. When it comes to RDA, end user has to, enter some information, or end user has to approve it or not based on some criteria. Suppose if you see, if anyone, any end user wants the loan on from the bank, whether that person has to provide with that requested amount, that decision will be taken by the agent, right? Employee who is working on the bank, based on his financial status. He will check, and the income that he is getting, based on checking certain criterias, whether it has to approve it or not, he will decide, or the management will decide that can be approved or not. So such decision makings bot cannot do. So when there is a such decision makings, we will define that it is an RDA process.
Okay, how can we do the development in RDA? For RPA we have bots,
Mm.
but for
These are
RDA,
also, yeah, yeah, these are also bots
yeah,
only. But for RDA, we will give the user interface. We will define one window form or couple of window forms to enter certain data, so that bot will read from the data from the user interface.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Prashant.
Hi. Like how it is different from UA path and this like
Sorry, your voice is very low. Can you please come again?
see how it is different from UA path and this RPA.
That each program, like each tool in the market is having different kind of features. Like we can say the development is very easy when in UiPath, and programming here in Pega Robotics is more in certain automating certain applications feasibility is there for UiPath, and some applications can be easy in Pega Robotics. That depends on environment, which environment is suitable to automate. Business will adopt that particular RPA tool. There is in current market, there organizations switching to one tool to other tool, because once they have adopted the RPA tool, if they are increasing the applications that usages, they are implementing more applications, then some applications not suitable, then they are changing the RPA tool, like that. Like when it comes to UiPath, there is more recording features. So when it comes to recording each step out and generating the automate flows in a UiPath, it is easy. Like when it comes to Pega Robotics, there is no such enhanced recording features in Pega Robotics. But when it comes to RPA, like it will integrate this Pega Robotics, it will integrate most of the applications, and it will automate. So environment to environment, it will differ. Which automation is suitable for it? That depends on the usages of the business.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And also
licensing
it
for,
varies cost to cost, cost of
yeah.
yeah, it varies cost also. When it comes to cost, that I mean business will communicate with the product teams, and also it's not a constant cost for each license. When it comes to large scale, if they are taking large number of licenses from the product team, they will give with I mean reasonable price, like less amount. When there is a competition of other tools in the same business, they will code differently. So whatever more features they are getting from the product team, and whichever it is less cost they are offering by the product team, so company will adopt that feature, that tool in their business.
Do you need any prerequisite to learn this course, like any programming language you mentioned, or you're going to teach anything basic to internet level or something like that?
Yeah, I cannot say no programming language is required I mean, and to do end to end. But I can say, I can suggest, without knowing a programming language also, we can do certain automations end to end. But certain automations, if you want to do end to end, we need to have programming language knowledge. I mean, that knowledge we need to have. That is easy only when we compare to C#.NET. If you learn the basics, we can write our own scripts. If we want to write our own script, we need to have some programming language knowledge, right? And if you want to know what by this dragging and dropping the features in the tool, available in the tool, like it's simply simple, just connecting the flows, dragging and dropping design blocks and connecting flows. So it is very easy while development. But what it is doing exactly behind the design blocks, what actions it is taking, those are all available in the like a DLL forms only, which means the coding written inside the DLLs. So to understand those, we need to know of this programming language. The basic for this Pega robotics is like a C#.NET.
Are you teaching any basic C sharp?
Like yes, we are comparing while development itself. We are comparing those C sharp also, the statements. I'll show you what script is doing, how many lines of statements it is using for do the same activity, and the design block what it is doing actually. So each design block, suppose say it's a one method, we'll simply just drag and drop one block. But whereas inside the block, what is the actual code it is, I'll show you, I'll compare those things.
Got it, got it. Thanks.
Uh, and you said version 20 has changed a lot. Will you cover those changes as this part of this classes, or we need to work on those changes?
Version changes.
Yeah, you said version 22 has changed a lot, right, compared to 19.
Yes.
Will you
Version
cover those
22.
changes?
No. Like version 22, it is newly launched in the market, whereas lot of organizations are still implementing 19 version only, because if they want to upgrade the with the latest version, it's not a simple task. Just installing and upgrading the solution is not a simple task. One organization, large scale organization, using hundreds of bots in the regular process, right? If they want to automate all, some are feasible and some are not feasible. And if they are taking the step of this migrating for entire business, it will take months of time, like around 6 months. They have to do upgrading and testing and implementing and maintaining, all these things they have to do. So it will take months of time. And also like whatever the older version features it is available, latest version obviously it will support. But for now, if you see, out of 100, let's say 100 businesses, companies are there, 90 to 95% current market occupied with the this one only 19 version only, not 22 version. Only we can calculate in fingertips how many companies are using latest version.
Okay. So how can you cover those changes? I mean, by self-learning or
I will guide you like what are the changes, and we have the forums on the this Pega sites, right? So we can see what are the changes and what are the new features got added. There is a descriptive information. We can see those. But if we know this 19.1 version, it will be easy to understand because the same features it will be having there, and with addition some other features got added. We will see those.
Which tool is competitor for this Pega RPA?
Sorry, Prashant.
Which tool is competitor to this Pega RPA?
Competitor.
Yes, yes.
Like as we discussed, like UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, whatever the tool coming in market, which is giving like less in cost and more features providing in those tool, it will be in the leading. Whatever the organization adopting mostly, that will become the most competitor to other tools. So if we see like UiPath and Pega Robotics and Blue Prism and Automation Anywhere leading from past few years.
Do we need to learn any Pega other courses like Pega PRPC something like that? Any prerequisites required, or only this course is sufficient to?
Yeah, to integrate Pega, as I said earlier, Pega acquired this OpenSpan, and they have released it from the next one onwards with their name Pega Robotics, right? To integrate with their applications, they are allowing more features how to integrate Pega with like robotics. They have defined the applications called Robo Manager, and as a centralized location it is maintaining all these bots and used for scheduling and monitoring all these deploying things. They have given some features, so likewise they have given some features to integrate Pega with robotics by adding some features and defining some classes there, and adopting the classes in the studio and calling those properties here, like that. Whenever there is integration, there is a no scope, they are providing more features to improve the product, so that it can reach to more organizations, and I mean they can increase their business in multiple ways. So we can integrate the Pega with the robotics, and we have that PRPC concept.
Thanks.
and you will teach the deployment part also, right? How can we deploy these
Yeah.
robotic projects with this?
Yeah, there are two kinds of deployments. One is local deployment and one is a server deployment. To deploy it in a server, we need to have that specific environment like Pega server, package server, and robotic manager application. All these things. Yeah, I local deployment I'll show you because the environment that applications we are not having, that always cost included. We can see that in real-time environment, but I'll guide you what are the architecture. I mean, if we deploy, the package will goes in which server, and from the server where we can find what are all there in the architecture, I'll show you in a architectural diagrammatically.
Okay.
RPA certification is mandatory.
It's a mandatory means like some organizations asking for certified professionals where they want to filter or the clients wants to only certified persons, then they are putting as criteria to filter the profiles. So in some organizations they are not expecting certifications as mandatory. So in both cases, like without a certificate or with certificate also we can get the job, but it's better to have like a certification. It will I mean increase the value of the profile.
The certificate which version? It's 8.8 or I mean 19 version or 22 version?
19 version. Anyone having any other doubts? If no means we can wind up the session for today and we can continue in the next session tomorrow.